When you write something down, you're actually building a deeper, what they call a neural pathway, basically a deeper connection to what you've written down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to another episode of the Upgrade My Rituals podcast. My name is Kevin McKella. I'm your host, and this is the show for high performers, solopreneurs, business owners, someone who is really trying to make productivity their middle name, trying to be as efficient with their daily tasks and create daily routines that ultimately bring them to a new level and really make a, upgrade in their life, right? So what today's quick tip is going to be is a quick conversation regarding the differences between analog planning and digital planning. So specifically when it comes to your daily routines, right? Obviously for me, I'm a person who plans not only my daily routines, but then my rest of my day, my objectives and tasks that I have to get done that day, my schedule, different appointments that I have with other people that require me to might be a little bit harder to move around because there's other people involved. So what I do and where I lean is I am an analog planner, and I will tell you some of the reasons why. Specifically because when I started using notebooks like these, I became really attached to some of the psychological benefits of this. One of the biggest reasons I like analog planning, writing things down, is because when you write something down, you're actually building a deeper, what they call a neural pathway, basically a deeper connection to what you've written down, a deeper, not only meaning behind it, but just ultimately a more stickier connection to that, right? So what that's going to enable you to do is take it more seriously. It's going to be a little bit more in the forefront of your brain and your focus that day. So for instance, like if I write down, I have to make a couple of phone calls, I have to record this episode, and I have to, finish editing a PDF or whatever, right? If I write that down, I'm going to be that much more, reminded, even if I don't have this in front of me. And when I do have it in front of me, it's going to be that much more serious because I remember I'm looking at it exactly, the way I wrote things, the sloppiness of it usually. I remember writing it. So I remember my intentions when I was actually sitting down and writing it. So again, it's really, for me, a psychological pull to write something down. I also like it because this is the big, actually probably even more so than the psychological aspects, but it gets me away from this and it gets me away from technology. And I think that is a huge benefit. And moving forward, especially in the last 8 months or so, people that weren't necessarily addicted to technology now are, joining the ranks, because we've been using it so much more in our day-to-day. If, obviously for a lot of us who have now been working from home permanently, you're just like, wow, okay, I didn't even realize this can happen, but sure enough, here I am, I'm addicted. So it gets me away from this and ultimately gives me, there's no chances of me being distracted, going down a YouTube rabbit hole, going, let me just check that email. And then all of a sudden, 36 minutes later, after you're, looking at all these emails, you're like, I didn't actually do anything. I didn't still have to plan my day. Or worse, I actually don't plan my day. So that's some of the reasons why I do analog planning. Now, some of the benefits to actually using a digital landscape of planning your day, planning your daily routines, is the fact that it's a lot easier to make changes, right? If I'm writing things down and all of a sudden the day gets really hairy and this appointment goes there and that person has to cancel, and then, I decide with those two things, then I have to, maybe work on something more pressing. So there's like scribbles all over the place, right? So it's way easier to just delete something, right? Also with technology, you can craft I'm looking for a word here. You can create the format of how you want to plan. So for instance, there's 1,000,001 different planning apps and programs out there. There's note-taking apps, there's scheduling apps, there's calendar apps, there's everything under the sun, right? There's to-do lists, everything. So a lot of times, you can find ones that are even customized to exactly what you want. For instance, Notion is a program that's really incredible that I use, not necessarily for my day planning, but for my project planning. Obviously there's, Evernote, there's your general calendars, there's Monday.com, there is, I can go on and on, Trello, Asana, all these different things. So with that being said, digital environments allow you to really customize what you actually want to do and what you want to get done. For instance, if you just buy, say, obviously the Ritual Design Planner, it's the Ritual Design Planner. That's it, right? So you have obviously, and when I created it, what I did was I ultimately, thought of all of the different aspects of what you're looking for, right? Setting tasks, having gratitude, having your schedule, a place to track all your routines, a capture place, a daily review, all your secondary tasks, all that literally on just one page for like your day page. So obviously, there's still a lot of flexibility, but more so focused for the people who really want to track their daily routines, right? So that's my 2 cents on digital versus analog planning and tracking for your day schedule, your daily routines, and anything under the sun that you want to accomplish. So if you are a digital planner, please leave a comment below and tell me what digital source that you use. If you are an analog planner, please leave a comment below and tell me what either notebook or planner that you use. I'm very interested to know. And if you like this episode, please leave a review and subscribe. That would be awesome. And pass it on to somebody who's looking to figure out how they're going to start tracking their day. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time on the Upgrade My Rituals podcast.